Okay, so did you catch that first glimpse of Johnny Depp in his new film?
I did, yeah.
The buzz online. It's pretty much all about how different he looks.
Yeah, it's striking.
We've been looking through the reports,
Mm.
you know, Variety, Deadline, the whole lot. They're all covering the start of production on this movie, Day Drinker.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, everyone, to DRM News Global. Today, we're going to unpack, well, everything we know so far about this project and, what it might mean for Depp's career going forward.
Absolutely. And what immediately jumped out at me looking across those reports was really the focus on his appearance for the role.
Right. The look.
Yeah, the descriptions, the grown-out graying beard, the hair pulled back. It's mentioned everywhere.
Uh-huh.
It feels like a very deliberate move away from some of his more, let's say, familiar looks. Jack Sparrow, for instance.
Completely different.
Yeah. Maybe it's signaling a shift, kind of the characters he wants to play now.
That makes sense. And Lionsgate, they made the official announcement just this past Monday, April 14th.
That's right, Monday.
Confirming filmings started over in Spain.
Mm-hmm.
And that first photo they put out, you know the one?
Yeah.
Depp holding a drink, looking kind of ominously off camera.
Yeah. Intense.
It definitely adds to that feeling of something new, something different.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder about the film's tone.
It really does. And, thinking about the location, Spain, I mean, it's probably just logistical, right, for filming.
Sure, probably.
But it's hard not to notice the coincidence that his ex-wife, Amber Heard, lives there now.
Oh, right. I hadn't connected that.
Yeah, it's just one of those details that kind of gets woven into the narrative around him, even if it has, zero bearing on the actual movie.
True. Okay, so the film itself, Day Drinker, sounds like it could be really interesting. It's being directed by Mark Webb. He did 500 Days of Summer, which is great. And didn't he also do the new live-action Snow White?
He did, yeah. So he's got that range.
Right. And the story is basically Depp plays this mysterious guest. That's the word they use.
Mysterious
Yeah.
is, yeah.
Arrives on a private yacht, which, immediately makes you think, okay, who is this guy? What's his deal?
Exactly. What brings him there? And the synopsis then adds another layer. He meets a bartender,
Uh-huh.
played by Madeline Klein. People might know her from Glass Onion or Outer Banks.
Okay, yeah.
So you have this chance meeting, this kind of closed environment, maybe luxurious. It sets up instant dramatic potential, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
Like, what's the dynamic going to be between this mysterious outsider and,
Yeah.
the person working there?
Right. And then they crank up the intrigue more.
How so?
Well, it says they get tangled up with a criminal figure.
Ah.
And that figure is played by Penelope Cruz.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so you've got the mystery guy, the bartender, and now Penelope Cruz as a criminal element.
Exactly. It sounds like Mark Webb is building something pretty tense there.
Yeah, it does. Mysterious guest, chance encounter, crime.
Got it.
And just the rest of the cast looks solid, too. It's not just them. You've got Manu Rios, Aaron Piper.
Juan Diego Botto, Anika Boyle. It suggests, it's not just a three-hander. Webb called it a thrilling, ferocious story. Sounds like it has some depth.
Thrilling and ferocious.
Okay.
And, wait, Depp and Cruz? They've worked together before, haven't they?
They have. Quite a few times, actually.
Right, I thought so.
Ah.
Blow. That was way back, 2001.
Blow. Yes. And didn't they do a Pirates movie together?
They did, on Stranger Tides. That was 2011.
Okay.
And more recently, Murder on the Orient Express in 2017.
Right. So they know each other well, work-wise.
Exactly. That existing chemistry, that rapport, it could really add something to their scenes in this one.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Especially if the story is, like you said, potentially darker or more tense.
For sure. Having that history can bring a sort of shorthand, maybe an unspoken layer to their interactions.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see.
Now, zooming out a bit, a lot of people are framing this as Johnny Depp's big, quote, Hollywood return.
That's the narrative you see a lot. And I guess looking at the timeline, you can see why. His last major studio film was, what, Fantastic Beasts,
Yeah.
The Crimes of Grindelwald.
That was 2018. Yeah.
So that does feel like a significant gap, doesn't it, in terms of those big mainstream releases?
It absolutely highlights how his career path has shifted, in the last few years. But it's also important to remember what Depp himself said.
Oh, yeah. What was that?
At the Cannes press conference last year, I think it was, for Jean Dubarry, he kind of pushed back on the whole comeback idea.
Okay.
He basically said, I didn't go anywhere. Maybe people stopped calling out of whatever their fear was at the time. But no, I didn't go nowhere. I've been sitting around.
Huh. Okay, so you're saying he was available.
Pretty much. And he has been working. Like I mentioned, he starred in that French film Champ de Berry.
That open con last year.
Exactly. And he directed a film too, Modi, 3 Days on the Wing of Madness.
Oh yeah, the Modigliani film.
Right. So Day Drinker isn't him coming back from not working. It's more like a return to a big American movie with a major distributor, Lionsgate in this case.
Means a bigger release, more marketing.
Exactly. A different scale, different level of visibility. It puts him back into that central Hollywood conversation more directly.
That's a really crucial distinction. Not a comeback from zero, but a return to that level.
Precisely.
And when you think about his career arc, I mean, from 21 Jump Street, making a teen idol, to the absolute global phenomenon that was Pirates of the Caribbean, getting Oscar nominations, becoming this huge icon, this new role, it feels kind of significant.
It really does. It feels like a potentially pivotal moment. After everything, the trial, the public scrutiny, this role could be a big opportunity for him to sort of maybe reset his presence in mainstream American film.
And maybe the mysterious nature of the character helps. Lets people focus on the performance.
That could be part of it, yeah. Allows the audience to engage with the character he's playing, maybe shifts the focus a bit from all the off-screen noise.
Okay, so let's quickly recap what we've covered here on DRM News Global today. Johnny Depp is back filming a major Hollywood movie, Day Drinker.
Yep, looking quite different for the role.
It's directed by Mark Webb, co-stars Penelope Cruz and Madeline Klein. Sounds like an intriguing thriller set on a yacht.
Mysterious characters, criminal elements involved.
And importantly, while he has been working on other projects, this marks his return to a big studio production after that 2018 gap.
Right. And the significance really goes beyond just, another movie credit. It feels like a potential turning point.
A chance to reconnect with that broad mainstream audience.
Exactly. A fresh canvas, potentially.
So here's something to think about, and maybe for our listeners too. Given Depp's incredible history in film, all those iconic roles, and also the very public journey he's been on recently, what are your sort of gut feelings or expectations for Day Drinker? And maybe more broadly, what does this kind of return say to you about, how careers can endure in Hollywood, and maybe how reviewers process and actors work versus their personal life?